Yeah, that's first names only here.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the question was, what was it $10 million right now, or restart your life at 6 years old with the knowledge you have now?
Depends what your goal is, right? I said earlier, yeah, if knowing what I know is going to happen, I'll restart at six, and I'll put all my money into the companies that we know, it blew up,
Mhm.
and I'd surpass 10 million in a couple months. But I mean, who would in reality, like $10 million, like what more do you need? You have knowledge of at least I've learned over the years of, I
Finances.
invest in things, whether
Hmm.
it's in stocks or things that come up that are pretty new, like cryptocurrency or real estate.
Hmm.
Like, what more do you need? Like, you buy yourself some peace of mind, buy yourself a house like I'm looking to in Spain or Colombia. You don't have to spend a fortune, and you can put the
I'll
rest
make
in,
that
in
money.
conservative investments, because you don't need to be crazy. You got $10 million. Put the rest in conservative
So you
investments.
would go with the 10 million?
I'm saying I see that option, but it depends what your goals are. If your goals are like piece up, like I can take the 10 million and not blow it, and I can make that 10 million grow. And by the time I'm 60, I'll have more money than the 10 million. But if your
Right.
aim is to just, you know, make insane amounts of money, then you put all your money into Amazon or into Bitcoin when it launches, and you'll be a trillionaire. But
What's
Yeah.
your goal?
my goal is I initially in the chat, I know I said I restart at 6 years old. If the goal is to make the most money, I don't know. I would take the 10 million now, because I don't know what do I need with $800 billion
Yeah.
as just someone that invests money. I don't need to be like Chamath, who's
Give it
like
back.
give it back. I
Mhm.
Sure. I mean, I could give it back, but $10 million, I can not I couldn't give it back now, but I could definitely not only invest, not only have peace of mind, and not have to worry about my future finances or having a roof over my head,
Oh, your
but my
kids, right?
family, my
The 10 million.
generations
Yeah.
after that.
Hmm.
And it would allow us to live. I guess it would allow us to live now like the people, and maybe not like the elites, but just not having to worry about finances changes your perspective, and changes how you live life.
Mhm.
Uh
100%.
Completely. It's a 180%, like 180-degree just turn off how you live your life. So
Yeah,
yeah,
think
I mean,
about it, man. Like you wouldn't have to worry about punching in anywhere, because like there's $10 million you could legitimately you invest it, you put some money, you put that, like, let's say you put a million in your bank account, you're not gonna blow through that, and you put the rest of it. I mean,
you
let it
can.
collect. Yeah, but if you go irresponsible and crazy, you can. But you invest it right, and then you have a great life the rest of your life. Like, to go back at six, I guess like the question for me that I have in this is like, I go back at six in like 2022 and I start all the way over, like, or am I going back to like
Back in
1990?
time.
Yeah, I'm going back in
No,
time
you
and
go
being
back
six.
to
1990.
1989 or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
1990.
Yeah, no, I don't like. I'm good, man. Like I thought about like, yeah, yeah, you could do all those investments. Do like the movie Blast from the Past, like with Brendan Fraser. You go back in time and have like Colgate and all these different things, and you're like, you got hundreds of billions of dollars. But like, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'll take the 10 million right now. Make smart investments. I'd be out of here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't work. I'd move to Panama, buy a house. You know what I mean? Get a house built and be all set, man. Like, there's no, you know what I mean? Like, that 10 million, have put it in investments and let it accrue that way, and have life changing generational wealth. Be able to help people out. It'd be, yeah. I take the 10 million right now. Daniel, now are you gonna go the opposite just because that's kind of,
For
Well,
sure.
I
That's what he's
thought
doing.
that you guys were gonna go with the other choice because I originally was gonna go that route. And then I spoke to my wife, and she told me that she's taking 10 million. And I really wasn't sure why, because I feel like when you start at six, I mean, the world is your oyster. Like,
yeah,
Right.
where do I want to go to make this money?
gambling.
But then she's like,
You
yeah,
could gamble.
but if you do that, there's a chance that you don't meet your wife,
Yep.
you don't have
Right.
the kids you have.
You don't
She
have the
started
friends
thinking
you
all
have.
deep, and she kind of like ruined the
Yeah,
fun
I know.
of the
Of a being.
she's
Yeah.
the party pooper. But
Yeah.
once she put it that way, I was like, you know what? I'll take the 10 million. I'll take the because I mean it's true. If I can't guarantee that I'm gonna have the same kids or the same family, then what's the point of the money?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm with you.
but, just based off of that,
It
'cause
just
I
yeah,
would
because it'd
love
be
to be filthy rich.
Yeah, if nothing
But I
changed,
think
if
I would be
if
an
your wife and
amazing
kids
rich
was the
person.
same,
Yeah.
What'd you say?
My family's the same. I'd be filthy rich. I think I would be an amazing rich person. Okay.
I don't think.
And maybe somebody rich would see this and they think I'm ignorant. But I think I would be an amazing rich person because I would, and I think about this all the time, is like these people that are literally worth $1 billion, like Kanye West and all these other people, I'm like, but like, why are you spending money on like Louis Vuitton slippers? Like,
Yep.
dude, you have so much money. You can help so many people out.
Mm-hmm.
Go help somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
please do something positive with that money.
Yeah.
But maybe if I became that filthy rich, I'd become an asshole and I wouldn't think about anybody else.
You
Maybe
might.
I'm thinking the other way just because I'm poor. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, and
I
then
think I
you'll
would
be
be an awesome rich
buying
person though.
$6,000 Louis Vuitton slippers that would be comparable to buying like $1 sandals at the dollar store. Because you're like, what is
Yeah.
this? What are
Yeah.
these $6,000 slippers when I have billions and billions of dollars?
It wouldn't. Yeah, it
No,
wouldn't make any sense. And
I think I would be
like
an awesome rich person.
I think
It's
it
what
does.
every rich person said before they became rich.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe people,
Yeah.
maybe they'll be like you're ignorant. Once you become rich, you don't care about anybody else but yourself. Maybe.
Yeah, you try to make. I think when you become rich, you just try to make as much money as possible every single time you do anything. I think I think you just kind of. Yeah, I think you just kind because think about. I think you end up doing shit like having spaceships that look like dicks going into space, while all your fucking workers are in terrible
I mean, like
situations.
people that are rich do stupid shit. They like buy giraffes. Like,
First of all,
what the hell you
you
gonna
want
buy
to
a
take a pet
giraffe
giraffe,
for?
son? Let's keep it 100.
I'd walk my giraffe all over.
Son, I'll take a pet giraffe right now, bro. Like,
And
what?
teach us to headbutt the neighbors.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like you said, there's only so much money you actually need. At some point, once you pass a certain threshold, it's like that money is excess. Just figure out a way to give it back.
And you
But
can't
again,
take any of
maybe
that
it's
money with.
my poor ignorance. I don't know.
And you can't take any of that money with you. So who the fuck? Like 10 million
Right,
is. I'm all set with 10 million. Yeah, I think maybe it is like because we come from like poor childhoods, right?
Humble
Like
beginnings.
humble beginnings.
It's a nice
where
way
we
of
never.
saying it.
Yeah, just poor is also the real way to say it. You know what I mean? Like let's keep it a buck.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's because we have that kind of mentality, that immigrant mentality. We're like, no, I'm good. I'm set here. Like we don't need anything else. Like, I mean, like a roof over your head, providing for your family. 10 million will just be like, oh, I don't have to worry about, you know what I mean? Like starting this other business or doing this other shit to try to support what I want to do in the future. You just got that 10 million in the bank. That's such a stress relief to like not be to not be check to check. Like just not be like, how the fuck am I gonna make this last to the 15th? And you got that 10 mil chilling. I was like, oh my god. And you could buy a little bit of like the things you like wanted to do but couldn't, and then just like let it sit. Oh, that's such a relief.